Welcome everybody to the second ChatGPT workshop for Business Brilliance this year. This is our fifth workshop in total. We have currently went through a ChatGPT workshop, the first one. We went through a LinkedIn workshop that has taught people how to set up a professional social image and essentially just look more attractive on LinkedIn and understand the importance of learning how to exploit LinkedIn's full potential, especially as a student in college. And we have also went through a personal financial literacy workshop that has went over how to manage your personal finances, talked about putting it in a high yield savings account, talked about index funds, talked about a load of other things that are very beneficial for your money, other than just sitting in your savings account or your checking account, doing absolutely nothing for you. And the main thing in that one was to essentially save your money from yourself, right? And so the last one that we went over in our 4-week workshop rotation last month, I should say, was the negotiation and communication workshop. And what that one did was helped everybody understand how to efficiently and effectively articulate their thoughts and ideas when it came to fast-paced thinking and just understanding, how to say the right things to get what you want and just learning how to do these things, right? And so now we have restarted our cycle and we have restarted on our ChatGPT workshop. Like I said, this is the fifth workshop of our 12 that we're going to be doing. And this is just like a masterclass. So in this workshop, we will be going over how to use ChatGPT once again, but we are going to apply some of the things that we used in our previous ChatGPT workshop, including Cider and Superpower ChatGPT, to essentially put together our resume in a more attractive fashion. And so this is ChatGPT workshop number 2, and this is going to be teaching everybody how to set up their resume using ChatGPT and AI automated tools. Good to see you in here, Audrey. Good to see you. But so yeah, without any further ado, I will begin to share my screen and we will start rolling through this. And so the first thing that we're going to start with is, and I'm going to share my screen here. The first thing that we're going to start with is if you haven't already, please install Cider. Cider is going to allow you to more efficiently be able to use ChatGPT anywhere you go on the web. And it is also going to give you a plethora of other features that ChatGPT, the typical one, does not allow you. So if you haven't already, just look up Cider, add to Chrome, and then download this free extension. It takes 2 seconds to download. You connect an account, and then you're good to go. But as we get into this, we are going to be using this a lot because what Cider does, if you are not familiar, and for those who do know, this is just a quick refresher on the wonderful capabilities that Cider does have. But say we have, our resume here, for example. What we have is a brain here on the side that is going to allow us to more efficiently edit our resume. So as you can see, if we highlight something here, I guess it may not want to work right now, but essentially what we're going to be able to do is copy and paste something very easily from our resume right into the search box here. And this acts as a very, very efficient way to just have an AI assistant wherever you go on the web. And so here's my resume right here. It's nothing insane, honestly. It's just a resume. But what we're going to be able to do is enhance it to the point where it actually does look like something. And so if you will, all of our workshops in general, we mean for them to be very, very highly interactive, and we want you to take away something from them. It's not a matter of, you just looking and seeing what's going on the screen. If you could, definitely pull up your resume, pull up ChatGPT, make sure you have Cider on the side, and we can go through this together. And I'll show you guys a couple quick examples of things that we can do, and then we'll do some just more live examples of things that you guys can implement. And then we'll go through a conversation as well for things that you think will be beneficial in this whole process. So without further ado, we're going to start a little bit, and we are going to just go over the basic rewording and the enhancing that this Cider can do for us. And so, for example, we are going to, and another thing that we can do, but we'll start with this. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go in our resume and we're going to highlight a section. Say we want to we're going to highlight all the relevant courses I've taken and say, please synthesize these courses that I have taken, resume, and sort for the most meaningful important ones. And so with this, everybody's resume, of course, looks different, right? Everybody's format looks different, maybe. Everybody's content definitely looks different. So with this, the main thing to understand is how you are going to be able to communicate with ChatGPT in this aspect so you can get whatever you want. The main takeaways that we're trying to convey here with these ChatGPT workshops is that how you talk to ChatGPT and how you talk to these AI tools is what matters most. If ChatGPT gets something wrong, you have an opportunity as the user to make it right and to give it more information. The more you feed ChatGPT and the more that you feed any AI tool with the information that you want it to know to help you get to your answer, that's where your answers are going to come from, right? The answers aren't going to come from you quitting. You have to think of it like a quitter never wins and a winner never quits. And with ChatGPT, you have to understand that it is an AI and it does not know everything, but you as the user know what you want. So you have to communicate that with it and get what you want there. So that's like the main thing that we want to just convey here. So we have our main courses synthesized to the major ones. And so with this, we don't need to crowd our resume with all the courses that we've taken. So with that, Cider has automatically synthesized it, and we'll just reformat it. There, 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 there. And the main thing with this is that we have new information to put in. So just like that, we'll reformat it. It takes 2 seconds. And essentially, we can just do this all the way down on the entire resume. So we'll only go through a couple more just like demonstrative examples because I'm not going to go on here and just go through my entire resume, of course. But the key thing here is we can highlight entire sections, right? We can copy this and say, rewrite oh my goodness, rewrite this to enhance the wording of this section in my resume to make it sound more impressive we'll say more impressive. Please, and just like that, it will come in something that you don't want, but you as the users have the opportunity to make it into something that you want. So you say, format it, separate, or we'll format it to a better format. And just like that, you can say something like that. Say shorter. Little longer. And there you go. And these are the main things. So with that, just repaste. And there you go. And with this, you also have more space. So if you ever feel like you're running out of space on your resume to add, the experiences that you have, then just use Cider and talk to it and tell it what you want so you can streamline your information to get more space and, be able to convey who you are more, because that's the whole thing with resumes. Well, that's the entire thing. You want to be able to convey who you are in the best way possible and all of your experiences so that the employers can see you as attractive, and so you can beat out the other competition that is in that application pool. Because if you are not just using your own mind, but also collaborating with the mind of AI, then you therefore ascend the typical person in their capabilities and what it is possible to come up with and do. And when people say, oh, AI isn't creative, or AI isn't smart or things like that. It just has like different, algorithms and blah, 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 blah. False. AI definitely is creative. AI is smart, and AI can come up with a plethora of things that humans could not. And so, with that, you have to understand that AI and using AI with the human mind is the new age of thinking. This is what is going to elevate us as humans, because we are going to be able to comprehend language in a way that we have never been able to before. We can tell AI to do things in a more enhanced fashion. We can tell it to do it in a more academic fashion. We can tell it to do it in a more humorous fashion. We can do it in all these ways that we previously were not able to quickly do. And the main thing that ChatGPT and all these other AI tools allow us to do is allow us to save us time. Time is the only thing that is limited, like the main thing that is limited in life. And if you're telling me that you don't want to save time, then you don't want to save your own life at that point. And so with this, that is just a quick demonstration. And we'll go through just one more quick demonstration on how you can really use AI to help you with your resume real quick. And then we'll just get into more of a discussion on this. So say we wanted to just move away from Cider for a second, right? And we'll turn on our superpowered ChatGPT extension. If you don't have this, just go on Google Chrome, look up superpower GPT. These are things that we went over in the last ChatGPT workshop. Go to the Google Chrome store, download this. It is one of the best free AI extensions on the market right now. It is absolutely game changing. So with that, we will definitely make sure that's enabled. We'll go to our ChatGPT and we will see it sync for a second. Have this pop up. Let it sync. Sync is complete. Refresh the page. Wait for it. And here we go. Now our entire AI interface has completely changed, and we have access to our folders. We have access to changing the tone of our responses, the writing style of our responses, and we have access to over 100 different languages for our responses. And another great thing that Superpowered ChatGPT has is the power to automate your prompts. Spending time typing and doing all these things in this chat box still here is, taking away some of your time. And so with this extension, you are able to more efficiently do what it is that you need to do without wasting time, even typing. Even if you can type words, 100 words per second, it doesn't matter. If you have this right here, all you need to do is click, save time and energy. So with this, we have our entire resume copied. And so what we'll do is we'll go and we'll paste it. So we provide it with our resume. And it asks, how can I help? So now I'll tell it, please enhance the text in my resume to reflect the fact that I am seeking this. I'm seeking, let's see. Audrey, what should we say? What would you like to see?
Let's say making it more concise.
Can't quite hear.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me
wrong
now?
with my end, honestly.
1 second. Let me.
Yeah, low key, it might be my end. Not gonna lie. Type it in the chat real quick. Wait, hold on. I can't. I think it honestly might actually be my end.
Can you hear me now?
I'll fix it in a sec.
Wait.
Shane?
Okay.
Oh well. All right.
Oh no.
As long as everybody can hear me, I think that's fine for now, but we'll make sure it gets fixed when it does, like during this discussion. But we'll say, please enhance the text in my resume to make it sound more impressive. We'll do that for now. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
So we'll tell ChatGPT to do this, and instantly it'll come up with our response. It'll help us come up with a professional summary relevant courses. And all of this is things that we can just source, copy, and paste from. Oh, and then, yeah, well, we can make it more concise too. But so with this, it'll provide it in a kind of an unorthodox format. Like the formats is fine, but like with the key skills, it's a little bit out of order, not how we quite want it. But I mean, with these things, we just copy and paste it into our current resume. And so the whole point of this right here isn't to just copy and paste this back as your resume. It's to be able to sort through this and look at the things that you think would look nice in your resume where you want it to go. And so with this, it also provides us with, the nice formatted structure for, the general experiences. And with this, we can tell it, say in this one, it's missing out details that I have managed over $300,000 of transactions. So say in the Obara experience that I had, please incorporate the fact I managed facilitated 3 worth development. I'm going to say sure. And just like that, it allows us to be able to synthesize our resume information. And so whenever you're applying for new internships or new jobs in the future, don't not use ChatGPT. There's no reason not to use any AI tools, because this is going to help you come up with things that you wouldn't typically be able to come up with, especially within a short period of time. Having to come up with this sentence right here, sure, maybe I could have thought of this, but I didn't have to, right? And with this, if it's still missing information, I can copy and paste this, right? I can say, we'll say, what, make that more concise. And so with that, it'll go along, make it more concise. Sometimes it likes to act a little bit slow. But now, and the greatest thing about ChatGPT is that your previous responses always save. So although these are a little bit long, this is great content to be able to know that you have access to and that you can edit. And so with this whole ChatGPT history thing is a completely game-changing innovation, honestly. And this must be used in helping you create opportunities for yourself. In Business Bros, we will never not emphasize the fact that you should be working alongside ChatGPT and any other AI tool should be working alongside you. We will never encourage using ChatGPT to do all your work for you, but what Business Brilliance will always encourage you to do is to work smarter and not harder, right? And with working smarter does not mean that you're not working hard, right? But with working smarter means that you are working in a more high impact way with a little bit lower intensity so that you are able to capitalize on creating opportunities for yourself in a more efficient and effective manner. And so with that, I think that just goes to show the power of AI when it comes to using ChatGPT tools to, set yourself up for success in a better way. So with that, that is that. And let me just make sure that my audio is straight before we open this up for discussion. So the speaker, and honestly, I think this might help. Let me put my AirPods in. Hopefully this does something.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I can hear now. There you go.
Oh, yay. Wonderful.
Thank God. But yeah, so let's go through a little bit, and I want to hear what you guys think of just the things that have been discussed in that quick just demonstration of workshops. Audrey, what'd you think?
I put this in the chat as well, but I think it's better articulated like through my words. But I found this super helpful, especially like the part where you were putting your bullet points like under your experience section into Cider. I just played around with it and the results were like amazing because I had worked on this like resume for like hours in high school, went to like my university's writing center, our university's writing center, and like automatically it was like much better than, you know, anything I had done before. And I was like, wow, this is like great. So efficient.
Awesome. And it's like there, you know, at Penn, there's always, you know, there's the Weingarten Center and like all these other schools. There's, you know, there's resume workshops and things like that, but they never encourage you to, you know, work smarter. And it's like it's always people generated ideas, and the levels of human capabilities in the present moment are always limited, right? An interesting fact is that in the present moment, the human mind is literally only 1% conscious as an iceberg, essentially representing an iceberg, while it's 99% subconsciously represented, right? Like during this conversation right now, Audrey, you're not thinking about what your favorite color is. You're not thinking about what your last name is. You're not thinking about, you know, what you use a fork for. Those are subconscious thoughts, right? And whenever, you know, we go to Weingarten Center and we try to, you know, talk to different people about certain ideas, it's limited in the present moment because we forget things. But with ChatGPT and with all these other AI tools, they have the power to have an understanding of everything in the present moment. And that combined with the human mind's just levels of intelligence and its natural intelligence compared to artificial intelligence, that is what is going to, once again, just spark this new age of thinking. And just this ChatGPT workshop, this resume workshop is just an example to where we're going to go in the future. So yeah, just
That's
wanted
a
to say
really,
that.
wow, like I never thought about it that way, but that's really insightful. Thank you, Shane.
Of course. And now, Henry, I'm interested to hear what you think.
Jesus, man. Okay, I'm like, I was like walking home. I was walking on Locust halfway, like for like more than half of this, but like I was listening in. It was really interesting. I've actually never utilized AI in such a creative way. It's like I'm like honestly still doing my resume right now, so it's like I'm gonna go employ this the second I get back to my room. Like it is good. Like this is some good stuff. I never thought about this, but like I didn't know that sidebar thing existed. It like it was really good. It was just really good. I loved how like how many ways you could use it. How it could just give you lists. How it could like formulate your responses for you, organize it, make it like meaningful. It was great. I loved it overall. And sorry,
I'm glad.
I like literally just walked into the dorm building. So.
No problem. I'm glad that it caught your attention though. And that Cider tool truly is revolutionary for your workflow. And like everybody who has used it so far has had nothing but productive and great things to say about it. So I'm glad that we could put you on the wave. It is a cheat code. AI itself is a cheat code.
You're right.
Hi, Shane. Hi, Shane.
Hey, Eddie, how you doing?
I would really like to add to your point. I like Cider very much. I think it's the most convenient way you can browse the internet. And as a data science and AI student, I also recommend two links in the chat. So the first one is developed by Stanford University. It's called like ChatGPT Prompt Engineer. Because I saw that you type those prompts in the in the chat box, and if you learn this course, it taught you how to use like structured like prompts to get like more precise answers. And the second like link is the presentation of OpenAI itself like a week ago. It tells you how to utilize a thing called customized GPT. So it is basically a GPT in the in the left panel where you can find an explore like tab, and you click it, and you can actually like upload like up to like millions of like texts into the GPT to let the GPT have your knowledge. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's amazing.
Wow.
So I think it is like more it's more revolutionary than Cider, because you can tell him that all the books you have read before, and to instruct him to think as you, to like change your resume or something. You must like you should definitely try it out. Yeah, these are two links I put in the like chat, the Zoom chat. Yeah.
Wow, that is insane. And one thing like I want to add on that, it's like it's so great that you're able to come on here and inform us about these new things that we had no idea on. But another thing that Business Brilliance like promises to do, especially like with our AI workshops, because we'll always have AI workshops so that we, are on the forefront of the new age of thinking, that we never get left behind, right? Like I said this in the first workshop, but a lot of people always say, AI is going to replace a lot of people, blah, blah, blah. But it's not AI that's going to replace people. It's people that understand how to use AI, right? It's the people who are the best at, prompt engineering and using the structured prompts and doing all these things that is already offered and just understanding the latest news on it. Because the thing is with AI, it's going to be constantly developing, and the future of AI is very, very bright, because what we haven't even encountered yet with AI is for the power of it to give itself prompts. Whenever AI and ChatGPT is able to give itself prompts, that's when AI is going to be able to think for itself, right? And do certain things in a way that it wasn't able to do previously. And so we'd be very naive to think if that we are not living in a time that is any different from our parents growing up without a phone. Just because we have, this ChatGPT right now, this 3.5 and 4, this is like the iPod. And before that, we're in the Stone Age still, right? And what we're going to have literally a year from now is completely different than what we have access to now. But it's important to understand what we are currently using. So it's great insights, Eddie, and we promise to use all of those. And if you want to lead the next ChatGPT workshop, let me know so we can get that settled.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Also, be sure to subscribe to OpenAI's YouTube channel, which is the second link. I have like.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. Great. Everybody definitely go and subscribe to that so you can stay on the forefront. Definitely.
Yeah. Has anyone else here seen the recent keynote from OpenAI? It was about a week.
Yeah. I was talking about this presentation, the link. Yeah, that one. It's amazing.
Andrew, what'd you think of everything, especially like Eddie's comments too?
I mean, I thought it was great. Like, I've been using ChatGPT recently in editing my own resume to apply to various things around Penn. And like my approach is very similar. I'm using it to like refine what I write, take a different viewpoint, and then ultimately I'll edit that into like my main resume. But I was not familiar with these plugins. I think these are a lot more efficient than the way I was doing it. And also, again, on what I believe Eddie was saying, these new capabilities, they're extremely impressive. What he was talking about, I believe, is called fine-tuning, where you can take your own set of knowledge and then import that to create your own version of ChatGPT that's based on like a certain personality and knowledge set.
Yeah, truly interesting stuff. And I can't wait to do more research on it my own too.
Also, to add on what you were talking about, you mentioned the ability for it to write its own prompts. That's already starting to become a thing. Like it can see your prompt and it can make modifications to it. And it can also write Python code. And that can add additional capabilities beyond just text that'll actually allow it to act as an agent, like within the computer space.
Wow. Interesting. And it's like, because what I'm thinking is that like, if we tell ChatGPT and say it's like at a time where this is, truly developed in a way where it can just like type itself things and prompts and think or whatever. If we tell ChatGPT to think about the future of humanity for 24 hours and let it run and just ask itself questions, what will it be able to come up with, right? Or think for 24 hours about a new way to create a new society and the technology that we need for it, and how to create that technology too. Let it think for 24 hours. That's gonna be that's the future right there, and it's definitely so possible. So possible. Very, very interesting stuff. Melissa, what did you think of this workshop?
I don't plan to miss any of the future ones because I'm like learning. So, although I'm not a college student anymore, I'm learning a lot of stuff, and I'm like, I've got idea after idea after idea of like how I can use it, what I want to learn from it. And honestly, from that previous lesson you gave me, I actually snuck some of it in with my regular day job and used it for some tasks, and it was like useful. So, yay.
Yeah, complete yay. And it's like there's nothing wrong with, using ChatGPT to help you with things. Like I feel like right now, since it's such like a new thing, it comes to a shock for a lot of people, just like, what it is, and it's like automatically just like conveyed as bad or like negative, but it's it's nothing but the future, and it is completely okay to use this because we're going to be using it literally every day in the future. And so it's it's definitely interesting just to think about, the the lack of people who are using, like, sure, there's a lot of people using it right now, but the levels in which people are using it is something that we're going to see a big boom in growth with. So it's definitely interesting, and I'm glad you're seeing use in it. Definitely glad. But lastly, Gabby, what did you think of this workshop? How do you think all this might be valuable to you?
Personally, I was in the middle of like working on my resume, so this came at the right time. I think it's very useful. It's going to save me a lot of time, and also sometimes I struggle with phrasing and finding the right words, like the most impressive one, to showcase my skills. And I think this is going to be very interesting to play with Cider because I actually have it. And actually, ever since you've shared it with me, I've used it in many things and it helped me a lot. And well, thank you. And it's always like useful to like I always learn like amazing things from you. And yeah, like I'll keep attending those workshops because they are really worth it. And yeah, I thank you. I can only say that. Thank you.
Of course, of course. I'm glad that I could be of value, and I'm glad that business brilliance can be of value. Like, I think this is something that obviously, like, we're still in the beginning phases. We haven't even really started mass marketing, anything like that. And the people who are on right now are honestly Genesis members. And so the things that we're talking about right now are nothing in comparison to the things that we're going to be talking about in the future. And come 2024, guys, there's going to be a lot of people on these workshops. So you guys will definitely be highlighted as special people, just in regards to that. But I'm glad that you guys are already finding value in these things. It means a lot to me that you guys, are interested in the things that we are going over here. I feel like they definitely are things that, a lot of people should start to, know and understand and just develop understandings of. But, you guys are on the ball. You guys see the vision. I'm already knowing. So it's definitely great to have you on. But does anybody else have any closing thoughts just about this workshop or AI's future, anything that they want to share?
Hi, I Shine. Hi, Shine. Yeah,
Sure, sure.
since you mentioned to use ChatGPT to like modify your resume, right? There are actually AIs that can fill your resume on the web applications for you, like automatically, because we are currently using
Really?
those extensions. I think they are called simplify.ai or simplify.jobs. You should definitely check them out. Like they can extract information from your resume and fill in the blanks on the website for you. So definitely check that out too.
Would you mind showing us real quick if you could share your screen?
Yeah, I think I can. So, but I'm not using it right now. So, but
Oh, fair, fair, fair.
I know it's this Chrome extension. Like as you can see from here, it can actually like fill in those blanks for you. You should definitely try it out
Wow.
yourself. Yeah. This is
Very
also an
interesting.
AI. Yeah. Like data science students are all using this Chrome extension to do
Dang.
application.
Eddie, you gotta help me lead these ChatGPT workshops, bro. You know more than
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, we can talk
Crazy.
about them later. Yeah, because this is our major, right?
Yeah, this is awesome. This is so cool.
Okay.
But yeah, so one thing before this ends, I think right now we have all the UPenn folks on right now, and Eddie, since you are pretty much literally majoring in data and AI right now, I think you'll really like this news. But on November 30th, we're going to be hosting another event at UPenn. This has not started to be marketed yet, but we're going to have Microsoft's Vice President of Data and Artificial Intelligence as one of our speakers, and also the Executive Vice President of Penn as one of the speakers as well. This is going to be about innovation and creative thinking. So we're definitely going to be talking a lot about AI and just how the new age of thinking truly looks with Microsoft's vice president, and also the executive vice president of Penn, who might end up being the next president of Penn, depending on what happens to McGill. So I mean, definitely stay tuned to that. I think that'll be very interesting. It's going to be in the Huntsman building. Going to be a really, really good event. Going to be partnered with a lot of clubs, and the attendance should be very, very nice. And for those who don't know, Melissa is our newsletter manager, so she's going to be putting that in all of you guys' inboxes, and you guys will be in the loop. So very glad that you guys could all make it. And next week, we are going to be back for a LinkedIn workshop. And the LinkedIn workshop, coupled with this resume workshop, you're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be teaching you how to do effective outreach and capitalize on opportunities. We're going to give you templates to use for effective outreach, mass outreach, to just secure opportunities. Because a lot of people say, oh, you need to, just find job applications to get jobs. But we're going to really just go through how important it is to how far a connection on LinkedIn could truly go, especially if you don't just worry about your quantity of connections, but also worry about the quality and how you connect with who you want to connect with. So I want to leave it a little bit vague, but definitely tune in to next week's workshop. Is going to be highly, highly beneficial and highly, highly worth it. And hope to see you all there.
Hope you see you. Bye-bye.
All right. Take care, everyone. Have a great night. Thanks for all coming.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.